Hello beautiful, and thank you for clicking on today's video. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about normal things that I do not own as a minimalist. Just before we get started, Instagram and TikTok are linked in the description box down below. Go ahead and check them out if you're interested, and let's go ahead and get into the list. So number one on the list is CDs. You guys, it is 2021. I don't even have a single device in my home that plays CDs. My TV doesn't, my car doesn't, my laptop doesn't. I don't have a CD player. In my life, they're pretty much obsolete. And take no offense to this if you're a CD collector. Mom. It's just not something that I own, and a lot of people still do. So if you're holding on to them, good for you, but you may not need them. Number two on the list is cable TV. So since I moved out of my parents' house when I was 20, I have never purchased cable TV. It just seemed, even from the jump, like a totally obsolete option when I have YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, etc. So I've never owned cable, I've never spent the bill on cable. And if you'd like to see a hilarious reason why you should not have cable, you should check out Drew Gordon's video on it. I'll go ahead and link it down below, but he did this whole satire explanation about why cable basically sucks, because it does, and I will never have cable. Sorry, not sorry. Number three on the list might surprise you if you look at how long my hair is, but I don't own a single hairbrush. I actually only own one hair comb because I have naturally wavy, sometimes curly, sometimes straight wavy hair. My hair is complicated, it's like a science, but basically when I use a brush, my hair tends to get very puffy, so I switched over to a comb. I have this wooden comb that I bought on Amazon, and that's all I've ever needed and all I want. Staying in the realm of hair, number four is hairspray. So this I don't own for two reasons, and one of them is because I don't need it, and one of them is trauma. Just kidding. So my hair is naturally wavy curly, and the particular density of my hair holds a curl very well, or any sort of a heat style very well. So if ever I curl my hair or I blow dry it straight or whatever, it holds the style pretty much all day and sometimes even 2 days. So hairspray has never really been something that I need. Additionally, I used to work backstage doing hair and makeup for a youth theater group back in California. And there's one show that we worked on. If you know anything about theater, you probably know the musical Hairspray and the big giant hair that is required for the costume design for that particular show. And when I was doing hair and makeup for people, I probably ran through and inhaled 4 cans of hairspray a week. So the smell of hairspray still makes me sick. So I'm glad that I don't need it. And in addition, I don't want it. So no hairspray for me. Number 4, 5, number whatever, is scented plug-in air fresheners. So I used to love these just because my house was always smelling good. I would come home and not have to worry about any weird odors. And whenever people would come over, they would always say, "Oh, your house smells so good, what do you do?" And it was always the scented plug-ins. I stopped buying these for 2 reasons. Number one, they're expensive, okay? When I lived in an apartment that was like 700 square feet, you only need 1 for the entire apartment. But now that I have a house, you need like 4. Way too expensive, in my opinion. And number 2, they're toxic. The chemicals that they use to make that fragrance for the wall plug-in, I feel like it's not a good thing to be breathing, especially because my husband and I are going to start trying for children soon. And when I'm pregnant, I don't want to have to be considering like the oxygen that I'm breathing in being healthy or not, in addition to all the other things that I would have to worry about while being pregnant and also, you know, having a child in the house. So it just, I stopped. I ran through them and then I never bought them again. And I haven't missed them. I do still use candles. If there's a particular bathroom situation, I have 1 upstairs and 1 downstairs, and that's all I need. And it works out really well. Okay, number whatever, I don't remember, I lost count, is kitschy kitchen gadgets. And what I mean by that is the stuff that you see in Walgreens in like the as seen on TV section, the things that are very specific to like one type of produce. So I've seen like banana cutters, avocado slicers, egg slicers, egg boilers. For some reason, avocados and eggs have like a lot of kitschy gadgets. I'm not sure why, but I don't own any of them. Anything that can't at least do two purposes in my kitchen, I don't like to have. Additionally, these kitschy items tend to be difficult to clean. So like if I'm cutting an avocado, I could either wash this monstrosity of a tool to then use again tomorrow for my avocado, or I could wash a knife, which is like a 2-second job. So I don't know, I've never seen the appeal for these kitchen gadgets. Some people totally love them, and I guess that's why they're still being made and sold. It's just not for me. Okay, so next on the list is travel knickknacks. Now, I love to travel, and I am privileged enough to have been able to go to so many countries in my lifetime. I just don't like to bring little knickknacks back just because they're difficult to dust. When you have a lot of them on a shelf, like, it looks cool sometimes, but a lot of times it just looks cluttered and sort of disordered is not the right word. Disorganized? Disordered. It just sort of looks disorganized on the shelf because you have all different types of cultural styles on like one shelf, and it tends to clash. It doesn't go very well. For me, it creates a lot of visual stimulation in my house that I don't particularly like. When I come home, I like to just be calm and serene. And knickknacks tend to not aid in my ability to create a serene space in my home. What I do instead, because I do like to have like a memento of my travels, predominantly because I want to be able to pass it on to my children. One of the coolest things that my dad has is this bag of like stuff that he picked up from his travels. And I think that that's very cool, and I want to be able to pass that down should my kids want that. So what I use as my sort of travel knickknacks is this bracelet. And in each country I go to, I get a different bead. And actually, I did a jewelry collection 4-ish months ago. I'll link that down below if you're interested, my minimalist jewelry collection. But I did mention this bracelet in that jewelry collection, and one of my subscribers mentioned that they would love to know all the different countries I went to, but it didn't seem like a very good idea for a dedicated video, so I'm going to really quickly just show you the countries I went to. Hopefully she's watching. So here's my Pandora bracelet. Starting off, we have the United States. This is the bead that my friend gave me when she gave me this bracelet, and she said that she picked an artist's like painting thing because America is like a melting pot. So that's my one for America, or the United States rather. Then we have the Netherlands. I picked up this windmill. We have this blue bead with seaweed in it. Sorry, I'm filming on my phone, so I don't have the ability to zoom, but I'm doing the best I can. This is from when I went to Honduras and we scuba dived. Then I have a little Mayan temple from when I went to Belize. I have this black bead, which you cannot tell on camera, but there's little pieces of glitter in it from when I went to Cozumel, Mexico. This is representative of, we did a cave tour, and there was like this really cool stalagmite, and it almost looked like glitter, and the cave was very dark, so that's the bead that I got to represent that. I have a little globe. This is just the earth. I have Dracula's castle from when I went to Romania. I have Belgium. Wow, I really need to get a better camera, but I have Belgium from when I went to Belgium. A little backpack from when I was backpacking in Germany. And when I was in Germany, I also stopped off in Luxembourg. It's the country outline on a heart for Luxembourg. And those are all the countries I've been blessed enough to be able to go to in my lifetime. And this is how I prefer to collect knickknacks from my travels. I can wear it on my wrist. It's awesome jewelry. It'll be great to pass it down to my kids one day. And it's just really special to me. Alright you guys, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!